Coming to you live from Las Vegas, SEMA 2025. It's the Big Three.
Yow.
Welcome, everybody. Hello. Wow. In front of a live audience, a captive audience, forced to listen to us because we have a PA system. We are here at the Hankook Dynapro booth. Thank you so much to Hankook for having us here.
Thank you, Hankook.
My name is Nolan Sykes, joined as always. This is actually our first time hosting together in a while because Joe Weber has had his second child. Everybody give him a round of applause.
Yes. That's too nice. Thank you. What's up, SEMA 2025?
We're going to be talking about tires. We're going to be talking to some special guests. And by special guests, I mean people you know from Donut. We're going to be talking to Justin and Zach and Adam about our experiences out on the road with some of these cars. We're going to be talking to Justin and Diehl about this SVX off to our, stage right, audience left over here. If you haven't had a chance to look at the SVX on those beautiful Hankook Dynapro AT2s, give it a look. That thing went coast to coast from North Carolina to Oregon. I'm seeing some nods over there, just making sure. 4 episodes, a lot to keep track of. Joe, how you doing this fine day? This is your first SEMA show, isn't it?
This is my first SEMA show. It's kind of weird that I'm presenting here. I'd love to be just like a little fly on the wall and check everything out, but alas, I'm working, and it's cool. This is huge. This is like a lot. It's a lot to take in. Yeah,
it's pretty massive. You cannot see the whole show in one sitting. That's kind of a cliche. Any other first-time SEMA attendees in the crowd today? We got a nice group down here, over here as well. How you guys liking it? Show of hands, or good. Okay.
I got an A-okay. I got a hand, a hand like that. I don't know what that means. Nolan, let's talk about Las Vegas a little bit.
Let's talk about Vegas.
You're a huge Vegas fan, right?
I do enjoy coming here, but the last time, sorry, my mic's falling off the table now.
Oh, shit.
Last time I was here, we were filming the first leg of the big trip, which some of you guys might have seen on YouTube. We stopped in Vegas for like 5 nights, I think. And I think I just got burned out. Me and the crew, we got pretty addicted to playing craps down in the casino. Our director lost like $500. He was up 500 and then went negative 500.
Oh, man.
It was bad. Bad night for him. I think everybody's got really into it. And I think, 2-night max for me in Vegas, I think, honestly.
Yeah,
it's a lot, dude.
I had a very wild night last night. We went to the Rainforest Cafe.
Yes.
And then I was in bed by 10:30, and I woke up
crazy.
And
only in
instantly,
Vegas,
dude. Was in the elevator, just kind of waking up, and then you just get hit with like the cigarette smoke and the sound of slot machines, and you're like, whoa.
It's a little jarring sometimes, yeah.
Yeah. It's fun though. This is such a cool showing. And
very cool show, yeah.
I'd love to pause time and just be able to check out every little kiosk here, but we don't have a lot of time. So
no, we do not.
Should we jump into some guests or talk about the tires? Or
we should do that right after these messages.
We'll be right back after these messages. This podcast is sponsored by Cash App. Turn everyday spending into status with Cash App Green. Download Cash App today or visit cash.app/new to learn more about this and other great features launching now. For a limited time, new Cash App customers can earn $10 if they use the code CASHAPP10 in their profile at sign up and send $5 to a friend within 14 days. Terms apply. Cash App is a financial services platform, not a bank. Banking services provided by Cash App's bank partners. Prepaid debit cards issued by Sutton Bank. Member FDIC. Cash App Green. Overdraft coverage, borrow, cashback offers, and promotions provided by Cash App. A Block Inc. brand. Visit cash.app/legal/podcast for full disclosures. This podcast is sponsored by Ridge Wallet. Ridge just made their game-changing wallet even better. Say hello to the Ridge 2.0, the most refined version of the Ridge wallet yet. It's 10% lighter, it's got improved cash straps, money clips, and the AirTag attachments. And for a limited time, Ridge is having their huge Black Friday sale. Head to ridge.com to get up to 47% off your order. This is by far the biggest discount they've given all year. That's ridge.com for up to 47% off your order during their biggest sale of the year. After you purchase, they'll ask where you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them our show sent you. Now back to the show.
Let's bring on our first guests.
Yeah, let's do it.
First guest, Adam Knapik, the shop daddy, one and only.
Give a round of applause to Adam.
There he is. You might have seen Adam's cars here. He has a sweet 911 in Central Hall over there at the Elf Race Fuels booth there. He's building a Drift 911 and also competes in Pro Spec Formula Drift, right?
Yep, that's it.
With your S14.
Yep, it's good fun.
You were out at the
burning up tires in my budget, my savings.
You were out at the Optima burnout area last night.
Yeah,
right?
and then we'll still be doing some demos today and then Friday as well.
So if you guys are not completely familiar, Adam Knapik is in charge of our fleet, our shop over at Donut Media. He takes care of all of our cars along with Heber back there. Where's Heber? Where is he?
I think he went to walk around already.
He's walking around. Okay. You guys take care of all of our cars, help out extensively on our builds as well.
You're the unsung heroes of Donut.
Yes,
Thank
absolutely.
you.
Also, like a badass driver in your own right. Sponsor getter extraordinaire. Also, kind of acting as our crew chief in some instances, like when we went to Baja last year.
Yeah, pump some motivation into you guys.
That's right. That's right.
I wasn't at Baja, so let me give us the rundown of how that happened, how you guys got through it. Like you told me before we started, you ended on the same Dynapro.
The MT2s.
Yeah.
MT2s that you started on, which is insane. Because that is insane terrain that you're going over.
Yeah, it was pretty wild. We actually, it was my first time ever doing Baja as well. Yeah. So I have a really good buddy who's actually my spotter in Formula D, Jason Smith, and he does a ton of Baja. Mm-hmm. And he, when we were going through our checklist of what to do, what to get ready, he's like, all right, so you've got, the tires on the car, you've got your 2 spares, but then your backup truck and your follow truck, that's got 2 each also, right? And I was like, no, we just have the ones on the truck. How many do you go through? He's like, oh, dude, we will puncture them, pop them. Well, they get we lost ours because they flew off the back of the truck. So
not Hankook's fault.
Yeah, no, that's just the ratchet's job. So, but I mean, it was shocking. And so when he said that, I was like, well, we're not getting any more. We leave for Baja in a day. So, yeah. Anyways, the fact that we finished start to finish with the same set of tires on there was a miracle, and it just kind of a testament to just the tire itself. But I mean, it held up great. I was stoked on it. So
that's awesome.
I think it was a combination of just a good tire, but also just we knew what we had, so we weren't going too crazy as well.
Yeah.
I think it was it's a mixture of both. Obviously, if we wanted to be real jerks, we could have gone through some dumb terrain and stuff, but it's kind of a mixture of both.
What do you mean by real jerks?
Just not having mechanical sympathy when you know you should, So
yeah, you really have to it's the same in all motorsport where you have to listen to your car. You have to make your tires last. You have to make everything last till the finish.
Yeah, absolutely.
Especially if you have limited resources.
Yeah. Yeah. And so just having a tire that's going to last, be it in Formula D or in road racing or whatever. These are cool because they actually have a reinforced sidewall. They're super heavy duty. They give a little bit more grip on the side too. So when we go over those huge rocks, you could see that when we were done with the race, we were looking at the tire, you could see it cut up and stuff on the side, meaning they were being used. So it was cool that they lasted. So thank God.
Yeah.
Hopefully if we go back next year, we'll bring some spares.
Yeah. If we go back next year, which I
want to go back. I'm pushing for it, dude.
I think we will. I mean, I really hope we will. We've got some ideas. I mean, if you guys don't know, we built a 96.
Yeah, 96 Ranger.
96 Ford Ranger. I mean, the only things that are stock on it now are the cab and the frame rails. That's pretty much it, right?
Yeah, that's it.
And maybe the brake light harness too, I think.
Brake light harness. That's it. I bought that in a back alley for $500. It was really sketchy. He was just left everything in the back of the pickup. There was a baby seat, half of a bicycle. And we're he's like, yeah, you could just have this.
It smelled terrible in that truck too. It smelled like diapers.
It's really weird.
I met him in a back alley. System? Oh, so you gave him the money. It wasn't leave the money in the back of the truck and all.
No, it wasn't. Okay. It wasn't that bad at least though. But I did meet him at a laundromat, and then via Messenger, he's look up, I'm over here. He's waving. Look up. And he's down the street. I was like, all right, well, anything for the job, I guess. So
awesome. Wow, I didn't know that part. Wow.
That's why we love you.
Yeah.
Let's rewind a little bit here, Adam. Before you were a driver extraordinaire, how did you get into motorsport? What was your first steps in, and what's been your secret to maintaining kind of a presence in the scene and keep on racing?
Yeah, just blind motivation. But I don't come usually like the generic ways. You have a family that is from money or in a motorsports like scene already, or both usually. And neither of those are true. But I just kind of like I actually wanted to be a mechanical engineer, and I always thought it was like fun to work with your hands. But found out more and more that it's just sketches and pushing paper at the time. Truth be told, like, and I've told this story a few times to people, if it was right now with the tools that you have with like CAD programming and all like things that are like 3D printing and all that stuff, it's so immediate. Like if you're a mechanical engineer 20 years ago or so to start, it's all pen, paper, it goes through a bureaucracy. And then by the time something gets made, it's a long time. Now, like you could 3D print a small version of it. You could put on a CAD file. You see it immediately, and you may not work with your hands fully, but you get to tangibly touch something. Yeah. So it's not to say to like discount being a mechanical engineer and not to do it. If it was back then, I would be all about it. It's so cool. Yeah. But anyways, with that said, I just wanted to work with my hands, and it turns out it wasn't really the way to do like what happens back then. So I started just working on my car myself and then modifying it, and realized it went faster when it did, and I realized I liked the go fast part.
And that was a Civic, wasn't it?
That was a Honda Civic, 1998 EX. Oh yeah, drag racing in Ontario.
Yeah.
So how did you eventually became driving instructor at the Porsche driving center, right?
Yeah.
How'd you make that leap?
So it was basically hobby turned obsession, and just driving, being young and dumb, obviously, and then realizing there's a place to take that, which is the track. I always, I don't condone street racing, but we're all young and we floor the gas pedal somewhere. But, if to win on the street is one thing, but to actually win on like a global stage is another. So I started going to the track more often. Drifting at the time was a little bit cheaper to get into and get a professional license. So I kind of focused more on that, but I was still doing wheel to wheel and road racing. I actually got my open wheel license over at Skip Barber, Laguna Seca. And turned that into having a professional license, being able to talk to sponsors and talk to people, and they take you more seriously when you're like, oh, I, have a pro license. And then, Porsche happened to open up down in the Torrance or Carson rather. And, got the job and was there for almost 4 years as a senior instructor. It opened up some more doors, and it was a lot of fun.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Speaking of sponsors, you're very good at like getting them. And I'm sure there's people in the crowd right now that maybe are interested in like, how does that happen? How, like, it's networking obviously, but there's some more nuance to that. Like, you have your drift car here. You also have the 911 build that you've been working on with a lot of sponsors on there as well. Like, what are like the steps to making those kind of partnerships happen? Like when you're just kind of by yourself like that? Yeah,
that's actually like, it's an easy answer and then hard all at once. It's the easy one is networking, and you just got to keep going. The long version is basically you just have to keep going even with rejection. And so, I mean, all right, so this is probably going to age me, but this is my 16th SEMA. And the only one I missed was in 2020. Right. So like it's years and years of so many footsteps and talking to people, a lot of people saying no, and you kind of keep going. And the hardest thing is a lot of times if you approach a company, it's always like, hey, give me. And sometimes it's good to start with a company that you could potentially see a future with, much like Optimum. And you're like, hey, like, I already run your battery. Like, let me put a sticker on your car, but let's start this relationship. Let's start talking. And let like you put yourself on their radar and like, hey, look what I did last year. Let's kind of maybe do more or whatnot. And it's just all relationships and growth from there. So, but you generically, a lot of people will walk around even places like this and be like, hey, this is my followers. Give me. Whereas it's the way around, I think. It's like, hey, what can you do for the partner? Then they like you, and how can you grow together? Right.
Yeah, so it really is like not just a transaction, but a relationship, a human relationship.
Yeah, exactly. So, and then you want to have a good partnership just because they're going to give you money. Sometimes it's like not a good partnership in the sense of like, you want them to grow because they use you, So let's say like Vortec is the supercharger we use for the FD car. Right. So we'll talk to them about like, hey, we think maybe, this tensioner can use either some work or can get moved, or it's easier to swap out with this and that. So you kind of give them info because they use your car as a testing bed in the real world.
And
so
that's super valuable to them too, as just R&D.
Yeah, so you show them value outside of just a sticker. I'm really transparent with most of the sponsors. Like, if I'm honest, a sticker means nothing. When's the last time we went to a race and saw like a car whiz by and you're like, I should buy some Valvoline, like it just usually doesn't happen. But then you talk about like what the car will do after and just a partnership together. That's when it'll, kind of be more worth it for them. So
sure.
Yeah. The feedback is valuable.
Was there anything that translated from drifting to off-road racing when you did the Nora 500?
Yeah, I mean, because it's basically just like car control. So when the vehicle rotates around, or just understanding what the brake will do with throwing weight forward and backwards. So a lot of that will translate through. Also, it's mostly just being comfortable behind the wheel and like having eyes up and forward. So that's like the biggest problem with people driving is they like get stuck at looking straight ahead and not farther out. So you always want to be looking as far forward as possible, basically. So
what was like the top speed that you hit in the Ranger?
At the Ranger in Nora, I think it was 110. And everything is vibrating.
Oh, God.
So
you guys got to go a lot faster than we did, because the first day, the first half of the race going down was like super rocky and technical and like these literal cliffside like dirt roads. And then the next day, I'm watching you and Justin in the truck out in the distance. Like there's a huge like dust cloud following the range. I'm like, man, they're having so much fun.
Yeah, you guys went through some stuff. I mean, you broke the gas pedal. I can't believe you drove that on like a tippy toe.
On
like a SpongeBob tippy toe.
That's
like
what it felt like.
It was pretty wild.
Yeah, that sucked.
I also cannot believe we brought a spare gas pedal.
That was a good call.
Crazy.
I don't know why I was looking at it. I was like, yeah, sure.
That was a good call.
Whose idea was that? And can we give them a raise?
Yeah, that one was mine, so I'm down for that. So
what? So we put $100,000 into the Ranger, right? Around that?
If not a little bit more in parts. So I think it was 120 to 150 in parts. So after you put everything together.
How much more would we have to put into that truck to be competitive with trophy trucks that are competing at the highest level?
Man, I mean, it just
$700,000.
I know it just doesn't stop. Even at the most competitive level, a car that's got $1 million in it keeps just pumping even more, because walk around SEMA, you see like the technological advances. It's just like the little things in everything, sensors, wheels, tires. I mean, more performance out of stuff, it does not stop. So to say how much more, not a definite answer. I mean, if you gave me $100,000, I could blow it. If you gave me $1 million, I could also blow that. So
yeah. Was there any point where it was like super deep silt or, rocky gravel or whatever, where you felt like how capable the Dynapros were, where you felt it kind of grabbed stuff, or like was there a moment where you were like, oh, I got this, when maybe another truck would hesitate or struggle?
Well, there's that river section that you guys went through where you guys passed. Exactly. I think it was the Eisenhower truck that got stuck.
There's actually two spots I remember specifically, and I know we're ironically at the Hankook, booth, but honestly, the AT2, I mean the Dynapro MT2, like there's two spots. The silt bed in the river, and like there was at least, and it's in the Nora video, there's like 5 or 6 people stuck. Mm-hmm. And if you stop, or the tire doesn't have the grip or the capacity to like shovel that sand out, it's over. You're going to get stuck. It was funny, actually, in the video, you see a couple people telling us to slow down. So I am not slowing this thing down right now. So it was there. And then when we were on the beach, I think I was driving, or was it I forgot who's driving, but it's all rocky on that beach as well. And they actually, like, I don't know how, but it gripped up, flung a rock from underneath, and hit Justin in the back of the head.
What?
Which is even more funny. And I'm glad we got that on camera, because that was hilarious.
Yeah. He had a helmet on.
He had a helmet on. Yeah. So I think some damage was still done. So
do you think you were explaining to me a little bit like the scallop sidewalling on the MT2s? Is that kind of what would paddle you out of silt like that?
Not so much on the sill. It might help a little bit. It's mostly going to be the main groovage.
Yeah.
The ones on the side to me were like when we were climbing up rocks and stuff, like the technical stuff. I think Nolan kind of like felt that a little bit more because it's like helping like when you're going up the side of a rock or something. So
yeah. I mean, I was gonna say like in the silt, the tires are acting more like it's like watching a paddle boat go down a river or something. That was kind of like the same principle going on, like the shoulders on the tires and stuff. Like really, like you said, shoveling the sand up.
Yeah.
It was really funny that people were telling you to slow down. You're like, that's how you got stuck.
That's how you got stuck, my guy. I'm not taking your advice.
It was people that were stuck that were telling you to slow down.
Yeah, which makes sense. Obviously, they're like, be careful.
Yeah.
So it might have been like a, hey, be careful, but I took it as a slow down. And again, no, I don't feel like digging out of that. So
Did you do any stints overnight when it was just pitch black?
No,
not so much, right? I think we drove from stage to stage once and it was dark or starting to get dark, but Nora's really good and friendly about like it being, I guess, on the easier side of off-road, like the 1000, the Score 1000, they literally like, they make this.
Those guys don't stop.
No, they don't stop. They make this route. And I swear when they make it, they're like, what's going to kill someone? And they're like, yeah, let's see if they'll make it through this. But the Nora's like, you know, let's try to get as many people through this. A really good time. I enjoyed it. Nora was great. I can't wait to go back.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Cool.
I really want to go back. It's like one of the best experiences ever. It's so good.
Absolutely.
So much fun. They do a great job down there.
It does just seem like an event designed to advance technology and make just, you know, like the burliest machines come out of it at the other end.
On some of them, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll be right back after these messages. This podcast is sponsored by Cash App. I don't know about you guys, but I always like it when a vendor accepts all types of payment. The easiest thing to do is just hop on your phone and Cash App them. Sometimes I won't even buy stuff just because they don't accept Cash App. I'm petty like that, but it's just because Cash App is so easy. And Cash App just released a new status program for the way people actually spend called Cash App Green. It unlocks new ways for you to pay, get rewarded, and easily grow or manage your money on your own terms. Now when you spend at least $500 a month with the Cash App card or Cash App Pay, you earn green status, which unlocks benefits like up to $200 of free overdraft coverage, higher borrow limits, and custom personalized cashback offers every Friday at places you love to shop. Turn everyday spending into status with Cash App Green. Download Cash App today or visit cash.app/new to learn more about this and other great features launching now. For a limited time, new Cash App customers can earn $10 if they use the code CashApp10 in their profile at sign up and send $5 to a friend within 14 days. Terms apply. Cash App is a financial services platform, not a bank. Banking services provided by Cash App's bank partners. Prepaid debit cards issued by Sutton Bank. Member FDIC. Cash App Green overdraft coverage, borrow, cashback offers, and promotions provided by Cash App, a Block Inc. brand. Visit cash.app/legal/podcast for full disclosures. This podcast is sponsored by Ridge. I used to have a big, fat, stupid wallet full of stuff I didn't even need. My back hurt, it sucked to get stuff out of, and then I switched to a Ridge wallet and everything changed. You probably already know Ridge for their unique, slim, modern wallets. Ridge just took their game-changing wallet and made it even better. Say hello to the Ridge 2.0, the most refined version of the Ridge wallet yet. It's 10% lighter, it's got improved cash straps, money clips, and the AirTag attachment, so if you ever lose it, God forbid, you'll be able to find it super easy. It's made with premium materials like aluminum, titanium, and carbon fiber. Plus, all Ridge wallets have a new industry-leading built-for-life warranty. So even if your wallet's lost or stolen, they got you covered. I love my Ridge wallet. For a limited time, Ridge is having their huge Black Friday sale. Head to ridge.com to get up to 47% off your order. This is by far the biggest discount they've given all year. That's ridge.com for up to 47% off your order during their biggest sale of the year. After you purchase, they'll ask where you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them our show sent you. Now back to the show.
We're going to bring up our next guests, Justin Freeman and Zach Diehl. Here they come. Look at them go. Adam's got that seat warm for you, dude.
Oh, feel good? Warm?
All right. Speaking of some challenging terrain out there, our next guests, these guys conquered 5,500 miles in a Subaru SVX.
Yeah.
All off-road, mostly off-road. What's up?
There were two 4Runners with us as well.
Yeah, I mean, you had some support vehicles, but yeah,
which if they weren't there, we wouldn't have never made it. So glad to have my buddies there with me. But yeah, over 5,500 miles from coast to coast in the
Amazing.
96 Subaru SVX.
Amazing, dude.
One of the rarest cars in the world.
We'll get to that in a
Everybody's
sec.
saying one of the rarest cars.
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
world.
or the stupidest cars
Everybody
in the
always
world.
talks about the SVX.
Yeah. Yeah, what an adventure.
What an adventure indeed. How's your guys' SEMA going so far?
It's good.
Pretty good, pretty busy.
Yeah.
Both
Good.
of us have newborns, so we're not here very long.
That's right. You are
Yeah.
new fathers.
Thank
We
you.
are. Yeah.
Thank you.
Joe is a renewed father.
Yes.
Renewed father.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Second
just
time
popping
around.
out.
Re-up that
a second
the
wind.
baby subscription. Yeah.
Yeah, it's an expensive subscription.
Yeah. How's that going?
My baby is pretty good so far.
You can't
Which
stop
is
talking
scary.
about your babies.
She's like 4 days old,
She's
right?
like, about a week now.
Wow. Okay.
Almost. And she's been wonderful, which is very scary because that means later she
Yeah.
may not be as wonderful when she
both of you
finally
had
like wakes up.
Big babies, which I think the big babies are chill when they come out.
Yeah.
It's the skinny
Right.
babies that are like, give me milk and just scream.
Right.
And I've had 2 skinny babies.
Mine is all the weight she was supposed to lose, she already gained it back.
Oh, that's
so she
awesome.
was a
So
48th
relatable, dude.
percentile, and now
Yeah.
she's a 90th, whereas his just huge when she came out.
She was a big baby.
Look at
yeah.
these legs, though. She got his legs, so that's
Yeah.
kind of what happened.
Wow, that's
She's
a tall
very-
baby.
she's very
I've always
long.
said Zach has the biggest legs at Donut.
That's again what everybody is saying. That and the SVX is the rarest car in the world.
I said one of the rarest cars.
All
But
right.
yeah, fatherhood is good. It's a lot of fun. It's interesting. It's very
Changes
time
your
consuming.
priorities.
But
Yep.
yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah, now I look at my 6 cars in my driveway and I'm like,
You got to liquidate, maybe.
But you know what's funny though? My lady goes, no, the Brat is going to be her first car.
Oh, no.
Oh,
That's
okay,
pretty
so I
cool.
can't get rid of the Brat. I'll get rid of the XT. No, you can't do that. Okay, well maybe I'll sell the truck. You better not sell the truck. I'm like, all right, guess we both have a problem.
Well, at least you
that's
got the
pretty cool.
space for it now.
yeah. Space is nice in LA. It's very, very rare thing to have.
Yeah.
It sucks when you're like playing car shuffle on street cleaning days, moving everything to one side, moving it back.
I blew the clutch cable in my XT when I was parking on the road, and I had to literally push it
Oh, my
twice
God.
a week to dodge the street sweeper
Oh,
until
no.
the part
Oh,
came
my
in.
God.
Oh, that sucked.
Yeah.
No one would help me.
Well, let's talk more about some obscure Subarus here. Again, Justin and Diehl drove this SVX across the country there. So the premise was trying to make it across the U.S. without touching as little asphalt as we could.
Right.
Exactly.
I say the royal we. I was not involved at all. How did you guys figure out that route and take us through the journey there?
So Onyx, we've always wanted to do the Trans-America Trail.
Yeah.
It's been a dream. It's like most overlanders' dream to just kind of travel across the country with your buddies and really just stay away from society. So Onyx came
a very
on.
social scene there.
Hey, you and your buddies, all right?
It's just us out here.
Onyx came on, and they're a GPS mapping company, and Onyx Off Road shows all the off road trails that you can take that are public or private or whatever. It's got all the stuff. So we worked with them to create our own version of that route.
Okay.
So naturally we crossed the TAT, but it was really 100% Zach's route because he built the map.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, it took me a lot of hours to build the map. It was a lot of time, and I mean, luckily, thanks to Onyx, it was pretty easy to like figure out where all the dirt roads were
Yeah.
and stuff like that. But obviously, having like done some of the off-road stuff before, I got
I was gonna say
familiar with how to build a route. So,
Yeah.
but this one was just usually those routes are like
And you were
maybe
doing a
50
lot
miles.
of this kind of stuff before you were at Donut in the first
Yeah.
place. And had you gone through some of these sections before? Like,
some of these places, yeah. So that's the other thing is I relied on some of my memory of like certain places that I'd been to like either like traverse through them or like pass by them or just know them. But yeah, it took a lot of time. Like I said, most of the routes that I'd built in the past were 50 miles or 100 miles, maybe like 200. So like 5,500 miles of a route was intense.
Right.
Yeah.
And there's really no way to check on where you're going, because those routes could be closed, kind of like we did with the Cybertruck.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that road's not open. Okay.
I was going to ask about how you just ran into like some secret government base and couldn't go any further.
Well, so we detoured from the route
Yeah.
to do that because I wanted to take them and show them there's this place outside of the Outer Banks. I guess technically it's on the Outer Banks, but it's not far, and it's like a sanctuary basically. But there are tons of black bears in there.
Whoa.
Like you are guaranteed to see a bear if you drive in there.
That's where you ran into the photographers that were trying to catch.
Exactly.
Right. And this bear put on a show for us. Like he started scratching his back on the tree,
Started like balancing on a ball.
Went for a swim.
Yeah, he did that, yeah.
Juggled some balls, you know.
Yeah, it was really cool. So I just wanted to take them there, basically. And so we didn't have like a designated route inside of that sanctuary, which is how we ran into the base. And we were just like, what is this?
And North Carolina is like one of the most fortified like states out there. There's bases for every branch of the military all over the place. Some really old, some new. So it's like you really never know when you're going to run into something. They don't advertise it, obviously.
Yeah. And the video showed most of your struggles throughout the whole journey. Is there anything that didn't make the edit that you guys like really struggled? I know, like, I heard about the bear mace.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That didn't make the video. Yeah. So
can you explain the bear mace situation?
I'll tell that story real quick because I feel like you're going to sugarcoat it.
His perspective is real funny.
Yeah. So I feel like we captured a lot of it. Like we really did leave in pretty much all the parts that were like super important and everything. And of course there were like day-to-day things of like, we're getting low on gas or whatever. But like, that wasn't super instrumental to the entire story.
The burrito that didn't agree with you, that sort of thing. Yeah.
Luckily I was good on the trip, man. Steel stomach. But this guy, ooh. And that's where the bear mace came in, actually. So we were on our way out of North Carolina. We were almost into Tennessee, and we stopped at this place that is a campground that I've camped at like many, many times, or a site, I guess, not technically a campground. But anyways, we were there. We stopped. It was on this river, really beautiful, raining, and we were all headed to bed. We'd had dinner and hung out for a little while, and so it's like 10 p.m. I'm up in my tent, falling asleep. And all of a sudden, Phil, our director, and Wiley, one of our camera guys, comes and they're like, Zach, we need your help right now. And I was like, what's going on? What's going on? And they're like, Justin sprayed the bear mace. I think he's been attacked by a bear. And I was like, wait, what's going on? And they were like, he went down to there's a vault toilet down there. He went down there to go to the bathroom and he sprayed the bear mace. And all of a sudden I could like taste it in the back of my throat. And I was like, oh no. I was like, what's going on? So I like scurry out of bed, start to run down, and by the time I like get over the crest of this hill, they're already walking back with Justin. They're laughing. And I was like, all right, like, what's going on here? And they come up to me and Justin goes, yeah, sorry about that, man. I just wanted to test out the bear mace. I didn't know how it worked, so I set it off. And I was like, dude, I was like, bear mace is a one-time use. You just set off the whole can. So he was like upwind from us. So it just came all down to us.
God.
And basically he maced all of us. He didn't get any of it. And there was no bear.
Yep. So my train of thought was, I've never used this, and I was like, I'm literally walking in pitch darkness. Yeah,
it's so you raining. Can read the label that said one-time use.
That's what I don't understand. Is the handle is
wrapped
glow
in this
dark.
like Velcro thing. I couldn't read anything on it. I was just like, how does this work? I pulled the safety off. I had already walked away from camp and I sprayed it into a bush. And it was just like, all right, cool. I know how to use it. Locked it back up. Kept walking. I get out of the bathroom. All I see are flashlights looking at me. And I'm like, what the heck is going on? And they're like, are you okay? And I was like, yeah, I'm fine. What happened? Dude, you just maced Wiley. I was like,
oh my God.
What? Because I was far and the wind just picked it up and it expanded and it just hit everyone at camp.
Oh no.
It was awful.
It was not a good start to the trip. No. We were like 2 days in.
2 days in. Yeah.
So we were like,
oh, this is going to be wonderful.
It doesn't keep going like this.
And we also ate all the super high sodium camping, like hiking food. So that's why my stomach wasn't doing very well. Okay. And all of my camping equipment got soaked on the first night. So I had to sleep in the car. So it was just bad overall.
How did it get soaked?
Lots of rain.
Before I put that cover on, it was a lot of rain. And then it just soaked through my tent bag and my sleeping bag and everything like that.
How long were you guys on the road again?
26 days,
something like that.
Yeah. Continuous. It was like you guys went out for
We actually did take a break at one point. In the video, you can kind of tell our hair gets a little longer and Natchez just grows magically. We took a week off because we were so far behind schedule that we had to leave and come back.
Shoot more stuff.
Yeah.
Honestly, that was the hardest part about doing the map was calculating how fast we would move, because it was like you were calculating at a speed of like, okay, if we're moving at like 30-ish, 35 miles an hour every day, like we should be able to make it to these checkpoints by, X time. And it was just, we were so far off. We were moving so much slower, especially after he broke the suspension for the first time.
Yeah.
We took it like way, way slower.
So yeah, we found Natchez in Mississippi. And then he
went, a stray dog, by the way.
Yeah, we found a stray dog on our trip that the fans absolutely love. He was just scrawny little puppy,
and he currently lives with Zach Diehl.
Yeah,
he lives
and
with me.
we rescued. We were trying to take him to a pound or a humane society, but no one was open. None of the people in the neighborhood we found him in would claim him or even want to take him. So we just kept him.
I kind of knew I was gonna keep him. From the get go.
He definitely knew.
Yeah.
So we broke off. He went off to try and clean him up and figure some stuff out. And now I didn't have this 4Runner in front of me, so I start driving faster. And the roads in Mississippi were awesome. Like just tons and tons of like red gravel back roads that are mostly smooth. When there is a pothole, it's a fucking pothole, So
I leave him alone for 1 second to brace the car.
Yeah, because I was getting frustrated because not only did I not have the same radio system as him and our other follow vehicle, so I was kind of by myself. And we had my director in the passenger seat with me, and he's just like, "Hey man, take it easy." But he's also having fun when I'm taking these corners sideways. And then next, I hit 3 potholes in a row, and then the wheel practically falls off.
Jeez.
And I was just like, oh crap. Because what happened is we lifted the suspension to the maximum, and this is like a street kind of suspension. It wasn't the right stuff. And it eventually just started to bend because you just had too much force on it with the extra droop that it was creating. So every pothole I hit was just another thing for it to bend. But what was funny is I thought I'd pop a tire before I broke my suspension. So these AT2s were really, really good. Like we were a little worried about running an all-terrain with what we were doing because we knew we were going to run into some rock crawling and stuff. But like this is it's a car. We needed a light tire. We didn't need anything crazy heavy duty, or we couldn't run something crazy heavy duty because it would just wear out the car itself.
Yeah.
But we had to run with what we could, right? So these tires at 33 PSI survived enough force to crack a coilover in half before anything else damaged.
So you never had to air down?
I did. We actually aired down for most of the trip. So where I broke the suspension, we hadn't really hit any sand or mud or anything like that just yet. Actually, the mud was right after where I broke, which is pretty funny.
Yeah.
So 33 was fine. When you're in a truck with a super tall tire, 33 is kind of mid-range, you want to be at like 20 or lower. With this car, you don't want to run like that because you don't have enough sidewall, right? So I don't want my sidewall to be completely flat. So I had to run, the lowest I think I ran was 15 at the beach, which is deep sand, which they did amazing at. But then I aired up to 33 for most of my highway or my road driving or the gravel driving or anything like that, because running them that low is just going to wear them out, And then my alignment was horrible the whole trip because of this bending coilover situation I had. And these tires held up amazingly, and then kept their performance at that too, because by the time we got to Colorado, we hit snow, we hit a lot of mud.
Yeah, you didn't really have the option to wear something out with the alignment or whatever, and then it's okay though because we'll switch out new tires before we hit a climb or whatever. You're keeping on going, try to keep to schedule.
You just gotta keep going. Yeah. And then that 300 to 400 miles a day we were not keeping up with. Because you never know what you run into. We thought we'd run into more downed trees, but we really didn't hit that until Oregon. But the rock crawling in Colorado was insane.
Was there any state that you had kind of not really thought about, but kind of blew you away as far as natural beauty or anything?
Well, one of my I said this in the video, but I've been there a couple of times now. But when we went back through it, it was like getting to see some new areas of it and stuff. But it's northern Nevada, Northern Nevada is just like incredible, like really, really cool, really isolated, and just like really beautiful to see. And that's also where we saw those like giant dump trucks at the gold mine and everything, which was just like really unique. I actually drove through that same stretch of road like a week ago.
Nice.
Yeah.
What was that animal we saw that was super rare, or like?
I think it was an SVX. I think they call it.
That animal followed us. No, there was there's also Northern Nevada. We went to a sanctuary, and there was that. It was like chasing along with us. It like ran with us. There was that one scene we did.
Is it koala?
No, it's like
close
to a koala.
Is it armor? Does it have armor on it?
No, it does have horns.
Horns.
A ram?
It's a jackal. It's a jackal. Yeah, it's a jackal.
Like an antelope?
Yeah, it was kind of like an antelope hybrid thing. It was something like that. And
a pronghorn?
Ibex?
Pronghorn?
Maybe. Y'all saw it.
Some kind of like deer with horns?
Yeah, anyway.
A deer with horns. It was a deer with horns.
There's this really beautiful shot of it sprinting at like 50 mile an hour next to us. It was really beautiful.
That's awesome.
Yeah. That was Northern Nevada. It was really beautiful. Oregon, honestly, always surprises me every time I go. There's something new that I hadn't seen yet. There's mountains, there's desert, there's everything in between.
It's
There's
so
prairie
cool.
land. Oregon is actually a very beautiful place.
And just the colors of the high desert are so amazing. You get the dusty, like the volcanic red, and then the dusty blue of the juniper berries. It's so awesome.
Have you ever been to like Painted Hills
Dusty
in
blue.
Oregon?
Yeah.
That's a really, really cool place.
You definitely go to Painted Hills.
Where's that?
Was
It's
north
not
of Bend? Or
No, it's east of Bend.
Bend.
It's really incredible. It's
Hood River.
pretty awesome.
Hood River in Oregon. Amazing place. Oh my God. Somehow that hasn't gotten popular yet.
Don't talk about it.
Yeah.
Don't blow it up.
Secret's out. Sorry.
Central Oregon's amazing, and it's still kind of a secret. So
Yeah.
We'll be right back after these messages.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like you know to check your mirror's position first before driving. You ever get in a rental or a friend's car, you're in a rush and you start driving only to find out nothing lines up? The mirrors are all out of whack and you can't see where anything is. Not good. Checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate. Potential savings vary, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate North American Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Now back to the show.
You know how a lot of like Scandinavians are really good at rally because that's just kind of what they drive on.
Yeah.
The snow and everything.
Scandy flick.
I've heard of that.
So Mississippi has wonderful rally roads, and there are no famous Mississippian rally drivers because
they all become NASCAR
hundreds
drivers.
of miles of just gravel that's laid out for no reason. And we didn't see humans for a long time.
Yeah.
And we saw more cows than people on this trip, mind you.
But those cows are really good at drifting.
Oh, right. But too bad they're, fenced in, man. But some of these roads, like long hairpins, like sweeping turns. I'm sideways in this car, just enjoying myself until it broke. But it was like the whole time I'm sitting there like, dude, if I lived out here, you wouldn't catch me on pavement. I'd just be back here all day, And then like randomly it would just connect to the back of a neighborhood. And then you're just like in someone's yard. You're like, oh crap. And
I'm
dogs are
trespassing
running
now.
at you.
All right.
Yeah.
That's kind of an inadvertent plus to running the ATs instead of like maybe the burlier knob tires. It's like you can get a little bit more sideways in them.
Yeah. And I'm getting they're lighter to spin. I mean, I'm driving a manual doing all this stuff.
Oh yeah.
So it's not ideal to have a super heavy wheel and tire setup like that. I kept the stock wheels just because I know they're going to be strong and I know they're going to fit. So I just plus the tire size, and honestly, it just worked out amazingly. I don't have upgraded brakes or anything like that. So it's like, I don't have to worry about fitment. So yeah. And the 16 inches were fine. Yeah. Awesome. This was a budget build. I didn't need fresh wheels and all kinds of crazy stuff. I was just like, you know what? I know the stock wheels are going to be, they're not going to bend. They're, they're aluminum, but they're pretty stout. So all I needed was a tire that could keep up with it. And
awesome. Of course, Hankook delivered.
Yeah.
You're working on a project that hasn't come out on video yet, right?
Yeah.
Do you want to talk a little bit about your Land Cruiser build?
Sure. Yeah, I'd be happy to. I think I could probably sit here all day and talk about Land Cruisers. Unfortunately, Nolan's very accustomed to that because I start going and going and going in the office.
He's got those glasses that have the fake eyes on them.
Yeah, exactly.
Sleeping behind him.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm watching YouTube actually right now. My lenses here.
So meta of you.
Yeah. No, that the whole Land Cruiser project was really, really fun. That was like a dream of mine to do. I love Land Cruisers, love the 80 series. I think it's one of the best cars that's ever been built. And when I got my 80 series, I bought it for $6,500. The transfer case was blown. The front axle diff was gone. There was no front drive shaft. The rear axle was all like torn apart. So it was just in really bad disrepair. So in the first episode, we basically rebuilt the transfer case, redid the axles, did all that kind of stuff. And then in the second episode, we modified it for off-road stuff. So I did like bumpers and armor and fitted like the stuff for front and rear lockers and all that stuff. That episode hasn't come out yet. And then about, I don't know, like 5 or 6 days ago, I guess, I got back from our finale of that, which was really, really cool. We did 3 of the hardest trails in America, which is Pritchett Canyon in Moab, Fordyce in Northern California, and the Rubicon Trail. And
How did it fare?
It did really well. I mean, you'll see some hiccups in the video. There's some things that happened, definitely. But it did really, really well. And on top of all that, we did probably 2,700 miles on road. So it did a really big jaunt, especially for a car that when I bought it, the odometer says like 187,000 miles and the pink slip said like 250. So I have no idea how many miles it has. But yeah, for a car that was like $6,500 and was like totally busted when I first bought it, to do that much of a road trip and all those trails and everything was incredible.
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
So yeah, it was
Looking
a
forward
ton
to
of
seeing
fun.
that.
Yeah.
You had done the Rubicon before in the Jeep Liberty, right?
Yeah, I've done the Rubicon a couple times now, but we did it in the Jeep Liberty, which was amazing.
Stock Jeep Liberty.
Completely bone stock
Yes.
Jeep Liberty. I took Steph with me.
With Dynapro MT2s?
No,
We did it with Dynapro HTs.
HTs.
Yes. And a lot of people were like, why would you not put like an all-terrain tire on that?
Yeah.
And I was like,
Oh,
I
'cause
wanted...
that's the highway one.
It's
right?
a highway tire.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, I really just want to test it the way it came from the factory, stock, because it was trail rated from the factory with highway tires.
Yeah.
So I just wanted it as stock as possible and take it up there. And so, yeah, we did it. And honestly, those highway tires were like the star of the show. Like they had, I think one thing with crawling up rocks is like you sort of want more tread, because the more rubber and contact you have with the rock, the better it sort of wants to like crawl up that rock.
Yeah.
You really want like all the siping and everything that you have with the AT and MTs for like, you know, snow and mud and all that kind of stuff to like clear that debris. But yeah, like flat rock, you really want more rubber on it. So that, but also just with those tires, not at all designed to go on a trail like the Rubicon. And it was incredible how well they held up. I
That's
mean,
awesome.
We got a puncture or two, but like considering everything we put that through, a puncture, like a small sidewall puncture that we patched with a plug,
Yeah.
amazing. Amazing that it made it through all that.
How was Steph as a co-pilot?
She was a lot of fun. That was like, I really wanted to take Steph with me on that trip because I've been trying to get all you guys more into off-roading
Yeah.
and
he wants us
enjoying it
all
more.
to own Land Cruisers at some point.
That's
Just
true.
Resist.
That's
okay?
true. I want the whole lot to just be full of Land Cruisers, and that's all it is. But yeah, no. So Steph, I was like, she was always asking me. So I helped Steph like do a side project where we put a lift kit on her CRV, and she was like, "What do you think I can do like trails wise and stuff like that?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, you could probably do this." And then finally that episode came up, and I was like, "She's like
You
a
gotta
great
get
fit
Steph
for this.
in.
Like, yeah, she'll have a lot of fun doing this." And when we first got there, she was like, "So is it like going to be like hard?" And I was like, "Yeah, it's going to be like hard, but you're going to have a lot of fun." And she was like, okay, cool. And we got to that first gatekeeper obstacle.
Yeah.
And she was just like, "Oh, it's like this?" And I was like, "Yeah, it's like this for the whole way. It actually gets harder than this." And she was like, I don't think we're going to do this. And I was like, I have faith. I think this Liberty can do it. So she had so much fun.
I was really surprised that it was able to do that. And, I've always seen Liberties on the highway and never thought, like this is something that can go off road.
No, I mean, yeah, like, light forest trails and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, whatever. Yeah, I'm sure it
But
could.
for Jeep to put that trail rated badge on the side, we took that literally. Okay.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, the Rubicon has that. So it could do everything a Rubicon can do, right?
Yeah.
Let's find out.
Well, I mean, that's the thing, too, is like, obviously, Jeep does a lot of their testing at the Rubicon and stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm going to take this thing back to the proving grounds of like where Jeep tests, like where they figure out how well their vehicles do. So that was the whole reason we went to the Rubicon in the first place. But it was honestly so much fun. And like, I was so happy that Steph was like so into it.
Yeah.
It was awesome to watch the progression. I'm sure like it carried through in the video, but like being there in real time and watching Steph was a lot of fun because from the moment we started, she was very just like apprehensive.
Yeah.
Sort of, she was like, I don't want to drive. She's like, I want you to do all the driving, and kind of like just like she was just kind of nervous, And then by like the second day, she was like, okay, I'm starting to like get the hang of this a little bit. And then by like third day, she was like, yeah, you want to like go up this way and then kind of just like turn the wheel this way. And I was like,
a monster.
He
I was
has
like, created her in that Ram.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
like
that's
crawled up Hell's Gate like it was nothing.
That's
her
awesome.
first time.
There was like one section at Moab when we were on Big Trip where like there's this really rocky like shelf that like Fred Williams was with us. He showed us how to do it. I was like, okay, he could do it easily in his Jeep, but like I tried to do it in the tracker. I was like, it's just too much, whatever. But then Steph was just like, oh, I got this. And just like crawled
Went
right up,
straight
no
up.
problem.
Dude,
Yeah,
the
it was
confidence on that girl is incredible.
Yeah, it was.
And because she's like so mechanically inclined as well, like, oh, something's wrong, just jumps under it, fixes it, gets it to work, continues.
That's so cool.
Like it's like the best combo you can have for someone that's just starting out.
Yeah.
And she's probably gonna go on a lot more off-road adventures for sure.
She's been asking me. She's like, when can we get Tristan out on one of these? And I was like, oh, we can do it soon. But yeah, it was so funny. So I wasn't on the first leg of Big Trip because I just had my daughter Eloise, and Steph called me right before you guys did Hell's Gate. And she was like, what should I like think of here? And I was like, you just want to kind of stay like high up here. And then it's like kind of gets like this. And she's like, okay, all right, I can do that. And I
love
like,
that you're her first call too.
a little bit of a barometer, I guess. And then I was talking to a couple of you guys while you were like, after Hell's Gate, and I called her after. I was like, how'd you do? And she was like, I did Diehl. I went like straight up, and then I was just like, everybody was
really
rooting for
impressive.
me.
It
And I was
just
like,
one and
all
done,
right,
dude.
let's go.
She didn't have to like stop or reset or anything. She just like
Fred didn't even have to guide her.
Yeah.
She just went right up.
Yeah. She's got a real like natural knack for it.
Which has
Yeah,
brought
for
up
sure.
Tristan's confidence as well, because Tristan's watching her do it. So now he's like getting excited. He wants to do it.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, I might have ruined Jimmy because the little Focus that could is a very challenging car to drive up that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And he's probably scared out of his mind now. But then he jumped in the back of the Ram and was like, wow, this is crazy with his helmet on.
gee.
Wow, gee Willers.
Good
Well,
impression.
That's really cool, guys. Good talking to you about that. Now it's time to talk to you guys about basically whatever. It's time for our Q&A section here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm curious. Just like I'm a big listener of Past Gas.
Uh-huh.
What do you guys have for 2026? What are you guys planning for Past Gas in
Oh my
2026?
God, what a
Hit us.
layup question. Yeah, we have a really big, we're going to be changing up like pretty big on Past Gas. We're going to be going to a seasonal kind of like layout instead of weekly, how it's been for the past 6 years now. Our next season is going to be like a 10 or 12 episode run focused on the golden age of the Japanese auto industry from like the 60s all the way to 2000s, like that entire story. We're going really deep on it. We have a really great writer and researcher on it. Audrey as well, our one of our head writers here. She's been working on it. So we're really excited about it. That's crazy that you asked that because we've been working on it pretty hard here.
Really excited.
Yeah, it's going to be sick. So thank you for bringing that up. But yeah, really big change, but we're stoked. And thank you for listening too, honestly. Yeah. Appreciate that. Thank you. Any other questions? Come on up,
on
sir.
down.
Come on up.
So I just want to know what your like all the thoughts and emotions are during like all your guys' big adventures, like with the SVX and all that. Like, what are all the thoughts that go through everything?
Sure.
Yes, it is.
Oh my God.
What's up,
So,
Nolan?
how you doing, Nolan?
I am always Team Low, by the way.
Thank you, Nolan. Me too.
If you're not Team Low, either you're a race car driver or something's wrong.
I mean, you guys can start that. Like, what were some of the emotional, some elevated emotions on these trips?
We'll start with the guy that wasn't tortured the whole time.
So I think the thing that probably gets like lost a little bit is that it takes a ton of planning to obviously do this, because there are a lot of people involved and there's a lot of logistics involved and all kinds of other things. So like when we do these adventures, it takes a minimum of 6 months probably of preparation, of planning all of it. And it's, I guess what's going through our head all the time is that, like, you know, I've been doing these off-road adventures for quite a while and like enjoying doing them, and nothing ever goes to plan. You know, you break something, it throws your schedule out of the loop, it throws your logistics out of the loop, all that kind of stuff. So I think what we try to do when we're like planning and what's going through our head, like when we're in that planning phase, is that you have to make like this room for buffer of all the things that could potentially go wrong. And sometimes they go like way more wrong than you could imagine, like a car going into the ice. But also other times they go better than you were expecting as well. So I think honestly, like when we're on these trips and when we're going, a lot of it is just enjoying it, you know, because like getting to drive across the country with Justin, like in our vehicles and stuff, was a dream that he and I have had for probably 3 years now. Like ever since he and I first met, we had talked about doing a trip like this. I was like, oh, how cool would it be if we both adventured across the country, totally off road, blah, blah, blah. And just, I think a lot of it was like, man, we're here. Like we're getting to do this. This is such an incredible experience. And I think in the back of your mind the entire time, you're just kind of like, I really hope this all goes to plan. I really hope this goes as well as I hoped it would go. But yeah, that's I would say that's most of it. If you want to chime in on what else you think.
Yeah, and one of the other really important things when it comes to adventures and, you know, highly ambitious things like we're doing, you know, you have people in production teams that are following you around and filming and everything, and they're not quite used to doing the things that, say, Zach and I used to do, or Adam's used to doing, where you just kind of put your head down and you just keep working, you know? So you have to not only build the confidence for the people that are following along with you, but your confidence as well, because like, if you stop, and then everything's for nothing, you know? So when that van fell in the river, I was okay. That's all that mattered, you know? All right, cool. What's next? Get the van out of the river. All right, cool. How do we get that? Call the wrecker. Okay, wrecker's here. We need a dive team. Okay, dive team's here. Just do the thing, get it done, and then be happy at the end of it. And then guess what? We got to keep going, you know? And or when my car broke on the trip, it's like a lot of people, it's like, oh, well, that's it. You know, pack it up, get it towed. It's like, well, actually, we have parts flying right now. We can actually get them here in time. Okay, we just go to the hotel. I'll just fix it in the parking lot. Screw it. You know, I know how to build a coilover. That's not that hard. And we have the tools. It's just time. And as long as someone's not ready to give up or turn around or whatever, is just keep going. When we were in Baja, those radius arms snapped in half. It's like, oh, cool. Ratchet strap that shit up and keep going. You know, like no one told us to stop. Just keep going. And we knew the next one was going to break the exact same way. So you plan for that, you know, as long as you're ready for you're putting yourself in a situation that things can happen. You have to prepare for those things. And your mindset has to stay on the mission, right? I was in the military. They teach you that first thing, you know, just keep the mission. That's important. Keep moving forward. That's it. So it's like, okay, well, things are going to happen, mishaps, mess ups, mistakes, miracles. Just keep going. Everything's fine. No one's dead. Everyone's got their fingers and toes. we're going to keep moving, you know. It's like we're already on the side of this mountain. Going backwards is actually worse. So let's just keep going forward. And we have the tools and equipment to save anyone in any kind of situation. There's people around, you know, if you're doing something super dangerous, make sure you have those safety precautions already taken care of, and everything's good to go. It's okay. People do these things every day, and in some countries, even worse situations, you know, as they tell us in the comments. My road home is worse than what you did that whole drive. You should record that. You should show us this. That's mindset is really, really important when you're doing all these things. You don't want to give up. You know, life throws lemons at you all the time. Yeah. And you just kind of keep pushing.
Absolutely. I think like in those early seasons, in those early seasons of high-low, like I think something that was really funny on the show, like working on the Z's and stuff, is like on low team parts would typically break, or like we'd screw something up during a repair and I'd be just like, oh no, like this is the end, you know? But like what I've learned over the years of doing this is just like, yeah, you could screw up pretty bad and like shoot yourself in the foot, but there's usually a path forward, especially when it comes to just like mechanical stuff on a car. It's like, okay, yeah, like Justin said, it's either like, okay, we got to spend more money or spend more time or spend more brain power figuring it out. And you'll usually find your way through it, rather than it being an end of the world mistake that sends a neurotic, overthinking personality like myself into a spiral. You know, you just kind of got to lock in and get to work, you know? Yeah.
Yeah. Just, it's okay to take a break, take a breath, you know, get yourself back together, and then you just keep going, you know? One of the hardest things mechanically I've done is the headers on a 4.7 Tundra. The worst thing ever. A lot of professional mechanics won't do it. And I did it at the office. I started at 8 p.m. I finished at 8 a.m.
Oh my God.
It was the worst thing I ever done in my life. And when I finished one header, it had already been a very long time. The sun was coming up, but the second header flew in because I already knew what I was doing.
Yeah.
And that's something I can proudly say, because when someone else with a Tundra walks up to me and they're like, oh, you fixed a header tick? I'm like, yes, I did. And it doesn't leak. They're like, what? You did that yourself? You're like,
that's a flex
buddy.
in the Tundra
Exhaust
community.
shop turned me around. Yeah. So yeah, just keep pushing, take a break, keep pushing again. We've all been there.
Any other questions down there? Step on up to the microphone.
Yeah, come on down.
Well, as a big fan of the projects you guys do, I was thinking, well, maybe a bit premature since you're uploading the Cheap Car Road Trip still, but any big build projects you got on for 2026?
Yeah, we have a few things that we really want to tackle. Like we have that Porsche, the 911 that we bought for $850. We're really looking to get that thing rolling. I am very excited about that. Again, also the Baja, the Ranger. We've got some pretty big things kind of cooking. We can't really reveal exactly what yet, but like Adam said, there's a good chance we'll be going back down to Baja with a pretty cool setup. Very excited about that. Big projects besides those two.
We're in the time of figuring that out right now, honestly.
Yeah, that's true. Yep. So
scraping the budgets together, you know, seeing what we can and can't do, what cars we still got laying around, what kind of condition they're in. And then opportunities pop up like every day. It's like, even at an event like SEMA, you start talking to people and you're like, that's a good idea. Yeah. You know, so you never really know what's coming, but we do have some stuff cooking and brewing that we really like to do. And it's thanks to sponsors, honestly, like Dynapro, that let us do it. So, yeah, just keep an eye out, man. We don't know, really.
We have a vague idea, but yeah.
Love from Costa Rica. See you guys.
Thank you.
Take care, man. Thanks for coming out.
All right, that is going to do it for us here at the Big Three. Thank you so much to Hankook and Dynapro for having us here on their wonderful stage. Thank you to Joe, Adam, Justin, and Zach for being on the show. And thank you to you guys for coming out and listening to us blabber on. It really means a lot. Thank you so much.